the BG Podcast Network studios, brought to you by Chattahoochee Tech, this is your Paulding County News Podcast, bringing our stories to life with news, events, and what we're talking about in Paulding County. Like, follow, and subscribe to hear the latest news from the Paulding County News Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And here's what you're talking about.
Welcome to your Paulding County News Podcast. I'm Melissa Carter, along with Doug Harding. Now, coming up, we'll dive into the nerve-wracking experience of drivers who push the boundaries on the road. Is it you? Also, as we spring forward and lose an hour, stick around to discover how you can beat the sleepiness and make the most of this time change. But first, let's take a look at our top stories. Lawmakers in Georgia have approved the creation of a new commission tasked with overseeing the state's prosecutors. The approval of the commission, which passed along party lines in the Georgia House, is now awaiting the governor's signature. Now, the bill aims to address concerns raised by the Georgia Supreme Court and would establish the Prosecuting Attorneys Qualification Commission, composed mainly of Republican-appointed members, to investigate district attorneys who are perceived to be neglecting their prosecutorial duties. That's a big word, Doug. Despite Democratic opposition, Republicans maintain that the bill has been in the works for years and could be used to address issues such as allegations of sexual harassment against a district attorney here in Paulding County. As the debate continues, the focus remains on the role and authority of the new commission and its potential impact on the oversight of district attorneys across Georgia. This from WSB.
Attention, Paulding County seniors with a passion for the arts. We're not talking about senior citizens. We're talking about seniors in high school. So
that's right.
The Paulding Fine Arts Association has announced that applications for the Doris Butz Fine Arts Scholarship are now open. This $1,000 scholarship is available to students planning to major in fine arts. To apply, interested students should reach out to their guidance counselor or fine arts teacher for the application. Applications can also be obtained directly from the PFAA Art Center located on Village Walk in Dallas. Applicants can request the application by emailing pfaa@bellsouth.net. The deadline for submission is March 23rd. This from the Dallas News Era.
Yeah, I was going to say, I only laugh about the senior comment because I wish that as seniors, there was a scholarship for something because we all need money.
Well, what I was kind of laughing at is the email address still has a Bell South account. I'm like, wait, I had one like 25 years ago.
You can still tell, not the personalities, but maybe the positions when it comes to the emails, right? Because I have some friends who still have Hotmail accounts, right?
Wow.
Congratulations to this year's Teachers of the Year. Now, there are many to list in Paulding County, so we're going to talk about the area high schools here. So East Paulding, Tony Oliver, Teacher of the Year. Hiram High School, Kimberly Hall. North Paulding High School, Ann Arund. Paulding County High School, Shay Roberts. South Paulding High School, Scott Lords. And all this from the Paulding County School District. And there, of course, are Teachers of the Year in the elementary and middle school arenas as well.
We got some good teachers in this county.
I know, right?
All right, here's your weather forecast. The rain will leave us for most of the week. We'll have a high today of 58 in Dallas, a little bit warmer in Hiram at 60 and low of 35. Sunny tomorrow with a high in Dallas and Hiram of 63, a low of 36. And Tuesday, partly sunny and warmer, high in Dallas and Hiram at 71 and a low of 41.
I'm just glad the rain is giving us a little bit of a break because it's been dreary for a while.
98.7 Chat Tech, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
So for each of our programs at Chattahoochee Tech, we have an industry advisory committee. Those are people in each given industry that will employ our graduates when they get finished with our program.
We have students that are placed at manufacturing companies such as, let's say Glock, for example, the gun manufacturer, because they have machinery that's running 24/7 to create the guns. So all the way from that to healthcare, where like hospitals, for example, they're running 24/7 and they have machinery that needs to be running 24/7 as well.
My program is specifically for students who want to be in healthcare, but maybe don't want patient contact. Maybe they want to be in healthcare, in a healthcare field that's recession-proof and they're helping people, but maybe they don't want blood, body fluids, any of those elements in their life. So they may choose healthcare management to be on the opposite side of the patient care.
Visit chattahoocheetech.edu, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
We're back with more of your Paulding County News Podcast.
Well, from 11 Alive's Facebook page, a Georgia man who was a self-proclaimed witch doctor promising a spiritual cleansing lured women for unwanted sex. 45-year-old Hassan Shalgeen has been convicted to a life sentence for rape, false imprisonment, and other charges. Neighbors expressed shock, calling it crazy and far-fetched. Lulu John said, disgusting. Ann Perry Randall said, thank God he is off the streets. Terry Davis said, thank you for getting her off the streets. Job well done. Now, look, I mean, this is not blaming victims here, but it's just the case of him. What makes it so offensive is taking women who feel vulnerable, who feel like, their lives are not going the way they want to, and then taking advantage of that. Now, what do you think? Give us a call, 404-997-8655. And you can comment on that story or any story we have, 404-997-8655, and tell us what you think. From the What's Happening in Paulding County Facebook page, hi, Dallas Paulding. This is an anonymous post. Small question. If you own a 2018 or newer vehicle, can you please not ride the ass of a 2000? My car is visibly old. I understand y'all are trying to apply to NASCAR while driving through Hiram, but I'm not. And there's a reason that people should be eating up my car's booty cheeks on the road every time I go out. Think about others and drive safer. Thank you. So that was the post.
That is the best post we've ever had on there. Thank you, whoever put that out. You've just made my day.
I know, anonymous and Hiram. All right, well, here are the comments. Brandon Bowman says, Karen's back at it again. Not saying I agree with tailgating, but to be clear, it's how people from Paulding County drive, unless you're old or a Karen. And it's the new people that cause traffic and want to go slow. Cindy Oldham says, I don't like tailgaters either. Every time someone does that to me, I slow down to the speed limit or maybe a couple of miles per hour lower to get even. Dion Gomez says, stay out of the left lane and there won't be any issues. That was my thought. And for those who like to troll and slow roll folks in the left lane, be very careful. There's some hot-headed folks who wouldn't think twice about putting you in the median with a tore-up backside. And then Tanya Allen says, it don't matter what car you have. I have a muscle car and they still do it. I love to ride and enjoy the nice days with it, but people are horrible and I've gotten scared to even take it out of the garage. Now, Doug, I don't know what kind of driver you are. I will say that I used to be more of a hothead in traffic, but people are crazy now. So I just calm, stay in the right lane if I got to go slow, or just kind of chill out because, I don't want to give any signals like I used to.
Yep, I don't feel like getting shot.
Except, you said it. Well, your weird story for the day. Ann Hughes, she's 71 years old. She's a grandmother, and she found herself in an unusual predicament when her coat got entangled in the security shutters of a convenience store in Wales. And this was all caught on security camera, so you can look this up. She was lifted 7 feet in the air, leaving her dangling upside down outside the shop where she works as a cleaner. So that's why she's there often. But her coat, so those outside security shutters, and they're automatic. They go up and they go down.
Yeah.
Anyway, despite the initial shock, she maintained her composure, attributing her calm reaction to just a good sense of humor. The footage shared by the store on social media, so the store said, hey, look what happened to her, garnered significant attention with nearly 2 million views. A shopkeeper rushed to her aid, holding her in his arms as the shutter was gradually lowered. She was shaken by the experience, but she emerged without any injury. And this is from Sky News.
I am one of those 2 million viewers because I have seen that video, and it is really, really funny, especially since she didn't get hurt. But she just keeps going up and up and up and up, and she just dangled there, and a guy finally comes out, and I got to say, that's a pretty good coat she had on, too. So
right? Yeah. So good thing she kept it on, and like you said, she didn't slip or fall or get hurt.
What's happening in Paulding County? We've got you covered.
Here's some events for you. Tuesday at 5 o'clock, the Paulding Chess Club meetup at Piece of Heaven in Dallas. Looking ahead to Friday at 6 o'clock, a Spring Wine Affair networking event at Vintage Wine Bar in Dallas. And then March 24th, starting at 10:30 a.m., Anthem edition of Pickett's Mill Baptist Church in Dallas.
Life's a constant hustle. And at Credit Union of Georgia, our focus is crystal clear. It's all about you. Juggling a million things? We get it. That's why we're committed to providing the best service imaginable. We're not just your credit union. We're your financial allies. Knowledge is our power, from crafting basic budget plans to navigating the local home buying scene. Questions popping up? We've got you covered with fast, friendly answers. Because we want you to spend more time living your life. Imagine a financial institution that truly cares. That's Credit Union of Georgia inviting you to join us. If you live, work in Bartow, Cherokee, Cobb, Dawson, Paulding, Pickens, or Union County, we want you as a member of Credit Union of Georgia family. Because here, you're not just a member, you're part of a community that cares. Ready to experience banking that revolves around you? Call us at 678-486-1111 or visit cuofga.org. Credit Union of Georgia. Your financial journey, our priority.
We're back with more of your Paulding County News Podcast.
Authorities have apprehended a 28-year-old female nursing home business manager, Jonna Hanna, for allegedly embezzling over $50,000 from patients at Countryside Health Center. Buchanan Police Chief David Ratner detailed that Hanna misused her position to siphon funds from patient accounts, including utilizing a debit card and falsifying invoices. A forensic audit exposed that Hanna had drained the bank account of nearly 40 patients, totaling over $54,000. Shockingly, some of these victims were already deceased. Compounding the severity of this exploitation, Hanna was charged with several offenses, including theft, identity theft, financial card fraud, and elder abuse. This from the Georgia Gazette. But Doug, it goes back to, just the fear of getting older and people around you trying to take advantage of you and not having anybody have your back.
Yeah, exactly. So my grandfather was in a nursing home, and they tried to, he was an oral surgeon, that was his profession, and they tried to steal money from him. Really? Yeah.
Well, I was going to say my mother, when she had pneumonia, she was in her 90s, and it wasn't a nursing home situation, but she had great insurance. And so we found that they were keeping her in the hospital a little longer than she needed to be. And we literally had to fight to get her discharged from the hospital because we thought there was Medicare fraud going on. It's one of those things that, again, like, if you're a family member of somebody who's elder, like, protect them. Yeah, right. Don't treat them like a child. Like, they're human beings that need respect, and protect them from things like this. And then if you're the elder, boy, I tell you, it's just, you got to have people around you to watch out for these things.
That's a strategy too, because a lot of people don't have medical insurance. So the ones that do and have good medical insurance, they try to make up for it through them. So unfair it is, but
it's just sad. It's really sad. So I'm glad that she got caught.
Here's your sports, brought to you by New Season Shirts from Max Preps in baseball. It was East Paulding over Paulding County, 7-0. Looking ahead to lacrosse, it was the East Paulding boys losing to Wheeler, 16-0. On the girls' side, it was North Paulding over Harrison, 18-5.
And finally, daylight savings time has begun. We lost an hour of sleep last night, maybe a little tough for some people. However, with a few simple adjustments, you can help ease the transition and minimize the impact on your sleep schedule. Okay, Doug, I got to say, I'm looking forward to the sun being up later at night, but I'm one of those that, it's weird to lose an hour of sleep. Here are the things you can do. Gradually adjust your bedtime. They say if you shift your bedtime by 15 minutes earlier each night for about 4 nights, you should be able to adapt to this daylight saving. Expose yourself to sunlight. Get out. Now the rain has been here, so now that the sun's going to be out this week, get out. That will help you go to sleep at night. Get plenty of exercise. Avoid screen times before bed. Instead, read a book. Take a warm bath. Meditate. Keep your bedroom cool and dark. And then it said, now this is the one, Doug, I don't know, limit caffeine and alcohol. It's not so much the alcohol, but I'm still going to drink my coffee. But if you limit those this week, it might help you sleep better. So follow these tips. It's going to ease that transition into daylight saving time. This from WXYZ. And we will have final thoughts after this.
Whether you're new to church, have been a Christian for many years, or looking for a fresh start, you're welcome at New Season Church. New Season is a place where people can believe in God, belong to a family of believers, and become fully devoted followers. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. Join us for one of our 2 Sunday services, 9 or 11 a.m.
Hi, this is Pastor Steve Flockhart. Whether you're new to the Paulding community or have been here since the day you were born, New Season Church is a place where all are welcome. From our exciting children and student ministries to our engaging Bible studies and small groups and events, I promise New Season Church has a place for you.
New Season Church, just off Highway 278 at 4457 Atlanta Highway in Hiram. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. New Season looks forward to seeing your entire family this Sunday, and feel free to check us out online at newseason.cc. We believe what comes into our minds when we think about God is the most important thing about us. We look forward to seeing you Sunday at 9 or 11 a.m. at New Season Church in Hiram. Thanks for listening to today's Paulding County News Podcast. Follow and subscribe to hear the latest news from the Paulding County News Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. For you, about you, and from you. Get involved in the conversation at 404-997-8655 or info@bgadgroup.com. Did you know over 50% of Americans listen to podcasts weekly? Make sure you join us for our next episode, and be sure to share this podcast on social media with your friends and family. Add us to your Alexa Flash Briefing or your Google Home Briefing, and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio in this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on the site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and/or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Paulding County News Podcast.